All right, let's jump into another deep dive. Today, we're taking a look at the power of gratitude.
The power of gratitude.
It's a collection of stories about, how being thankful can really make a difference in your life. Compiled by Newmark and Deborah Norville.
Yeah.
It's easy to just say thanks when someone, holds a door for you or something.
Right.
But this book, it really gets into like a much deeper level of gratitude.
Yeah, it's really about how like a deep kind of gratitude, like really changing your perspective, gratitude can actually shift your whole view, like how you see the world. It's not just about being polite. It's like rewiring your brain.
Totally.
Yeah.
One of the first stories that really stood out to me was Connie's story.
Okay.
She finds joy in something that most of us, I think, would see as a flaw.
Uh-huh.
She finds joy in her age spots.
Oh, wow.
I mean, how often are we trying to like cover those up?
Right.
Use creams and serums and all that. But for Connie, she's a cancer survivor. And she sees those age spots as like these symbols of triumph.
Yeah.
They're proof that she's alive, that she's aging, that she made it through something really, really tough.
It's like a badge of honor in a way.
It is. It really makes you wonder,
Yeah.
What things are we seeing as flaws that are actually like signs of strength?
Right.
Like I know I have a few. I could probably reframe that way.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's all about perspective, right?
Yeah.
Connie's story, it's like, it shows us that gratitude can come from just changing how we look at things.
Correct.
Even things that, we usually think of as bad or negative.
Okay, ready for a story that just like melted my heart.
Okay.
It's about a young girl named Alicia.
All right.
And she gets really upset with her mom for, seemingly being selfish.
Oh, kids, bless their hearts.
Yeah,
Right.
they don't always see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So Alicia's mom is like, we can't afford drawing paper right now.
Okay.
Later on, Alicia sees her mom, doodling on this piece of paper, and she gets furious.
Oh, no.
But here's the thing. The mom was actually up all night drawing all of Alicia's favorite cartoon characters on that paper.
Oh, my gosh. That is so sweet.
Talk about like a hidden act of love. It just shows you how sometimes the people that love us, they don't always express it in like these big showy ways.
Right.
Sometimes it's the small, quiet things that really show how much someone cares.
It's the little things, those acts of service, they really speak volumes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Makes you think about, those times when maybe someone did something for you and you didn't really realize, like the love behind it until later.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's a good reminder to like look beyond the surface and consider the intent.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to, the people we're closest to.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The people we're closest to, for sure.
Let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
Vic's story is about a teacher named Helen. She learns a really powerful lesson about how gratitude is so much more than just making a list of, good things in your life.
Right.
It's about taking action. So Helen starts doing this Thanksgiving activity with her students.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on the legend of the 5 kernels.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, each kernel of corn on your plate represents something that you're grateful for.
That's such a cool visual.
It is. It's such a simple thing, but it's such a good reminder to like really take stock of what you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Helen starts using this in her own life, keeping a gratitude journal, listing 5 blessings every day.
Mm-hmm.
But then she has this kind of aha moment.
Oh.
She realizes that she's been so focused on, like, look at all the good things happening to me.
Right.
But not really thinking about how she could be a blessing to other people.
It's like a shift from, receiving to giving.
Exactly. So her gratitude journal becomes less about, look at all this good stuff.
Yeah.
And more about, how can I make someone else's day better?
And it makes such a difference. It's amazing.
It does. It's amazing how that shift, that change in mindset can have such a ripple effect.
Yeah.
She starts actively looking for ways to help her colleagues, her students, and it makes everyone around her feel like appreciated and supported.
It's contagious, that kind of energy.
It's like that quote, you can't keep the light shining without sharing it.
That's a good one.
Helen's story shows how true gratitude, it often involves spreading that light to others.
Yeah.
That kindness.
And there's actually research on this, gratitude journaling, especially when it's focused outward like Helen was doing, it can really have a big impact on our own happiness.
It's so cool.
It's not just like, oh, this feels good. It actually has benefits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. This next story is a bit of a tearjerker.
Oh, okay.
But ultimately, like really hopeful.
Okay, I like that.
It's about Joe and Elizabeth and their little daughter, Kelly.
Right.
They're facing some really serious hardship.
Uh-oh.
They've got to move into Joe's, like, rundown childhood home after he loses his job.
Oh, wow. That's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough situation.
Yeah.
But what's so interesting is how their daughter, Kelly, reacts to it.
Okay.
While her parents are stressed, worried about money and everything, Kelly's finding joy in things like wildflowers growing in the yard,
Oh.
butterflies. She's just, like, totally oblivious to the hardship
Yeah.
and just focused on the beauty around her.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. It's like kids have this, like, natural ability to, like, filter out the negativity
Yeah.
and just focus on the wonder of, life.
They're just naturally grateful, aren't they?
They are. It's something we adults, like, forget how to do.
We do. We lose that somewhere along the way.
It's a good reminder to, like, try to see the world through those eyes again.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the little things that we take for granted.
Yeah, and there's actually studies that show that practicing gratitude, it can lower stress hormones, boost our immune system. So it's not just good for our soul. It's good for our bodies, too.
That's amazing. This next story really hit home for me because it's something I struggle with, too.
Uh-huh.
It's about Kathleen.
Okay.
And she's constantly comparing herself to other people, especially, like, on social media.
Oh, the comparison trap.
Yeah.
So easy to fall into.
It's so easy.
Especially these days, right?
Yeah, everybody's life looks perfect online.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
On this curated, posts and pictures. It's tough.
It's tough. So Kathleen's feeling inadequate. She's envious. She's looking at everyone else's vacations and their possessions and, like, their seemingly perfect families.
Yeah.
And it's making her unhappy, even though she has a lot to be grateful for in her own life.
It's easy to lose sight of that, though.
It is. But then her mother-in-law steps in with some really, really good advice. She reminds Kathleen to, like, focus on the love and the connection she has with her own family.
Yeah. Yeah.
The shared experiences, the memories that are truly valuable.
Right.
It's a good reminder that, real wealth, it's not about what you own.
Exactly.
It's about the richness of your relationships, your experiences.
And the research backs that up,
Yeah.
Studies have shown that people who prioritize experiences over material possessions tend to be happier.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So maybe Kathleen's mother-in-law was really onto something.
It sounds like it.
It's so easy to get caught up in wanting what we don't have.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we need that reminder to, like, appreciate the true treasures.
Yeah.
Yeah. The things that money can't buy.
Right.
The things that are really important.
Exactly.
Okay, ready for a story about resilience?
I am.
This one is about Davina.
Okay.
She had open heart surgery as a child.
Wow.
And she's got this visible scar from, like, her shoulder all the way down to her navel.
Wow, that's a big scar.
So she's talked to this plastic surgeon.
Okay.
And he kind of assumes that, she wants to remove the scar.
Right.
He's like, I could do that for you.
Yeah.
But she surprises him. She says she loves the scar.
Really?
Yeah. It's a reminder of her strength, her resilience, the fact that she survived something so difficult.
Wow.
And get this, she dedicates her life to helping others with, as she calls them, broken hearts.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Filling their lives with kindness and forgiveness. It's like her gratitude for surviving her own ordeal fueled this, like, desire to make a positive impact on the world.
That's amazing.
It really makes you think about how often we try to hide our scars, right? Both physical and emotional.
Right.
Maybe there's power in embracing them.
Yeah.
Seeing them as these symbols of what we've overcome.
They tell our stories, right?
They do. All right, let's talk about a story that shows how generosity can really have this ripple effect.
Okay.
It involves a woman named Edith Sherman.
Okay.
She has a serious heart condition and a renowned surgeon, Dr. Michael DeBacchi.
Okay.
So Edith needs this really complex, potentially expensive surgery.
Right.
She writes this heartfelt letter to Dr. DeBacchi, explaining how she dedicated her life to caring for her family,
Yeah.
put her sons through college, and, she's not asking for, like, charity or anything.
Oh,
She's
no.
just, asking for a chance to continue living this life of service.
Right.
And Dr. DeBacchi, he's so moved by her story, he agrees to do the surgery for free.
Wow.
He recognizes how selfless her life has been
Yeah.
and sees it as an honor to, like, use his skills to help someone like her.
That's amazing.
It is. The surgery is a success. And Edith gets an extra 30 years of life.
Wow.
And she doesn't waste a single moment of it. Instead of retiring, she throws herself into serving her community.
Good for her.
Leads these initiatives that, like, transform countless lives.
Wow.
It's like her gratitude for this second chance really fueled this desire to, like, give back even more.
That's really inspiring.
It really is.
Yeah.
It makes you think, like, if you were given a bonus 30 years, how would you use them?
That's a good question.
Right. Would you focus on yourself?
Right.
Or would you use that time to make a difference?
Edith's story is such a good reminder that, like, life is a gift.
Yeah.
And gratitude can inspire us to use that gift to its fullest.
Okay, last story for this part of the dive.
Okay.
And it's kind of a perspective shift on something that, honestly, we all have to deal with. Dirty dishes.
Oh, yeah. The never-ending dishes.
This story is about a mom, Jessica.
Okay.
Her whole view on this chore takes an unexpected turn.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So at first, she hates doing the dishes. It's just another chore,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then she finds out she's pregnant
Okay.
with twins.
Wow. Congratulations.
And not just any twins, but monoamniotic twins.
Oh, wow.
They share the same placenta and amniotic sac.
Okay.
It's a high-risk pregnancy.
Yeah.
So to make sure the babies are safe, she has to spend weeks in the hospital,
Oh,
away from her family and her home.
yeah.
And you know what she starts to miss?
What's that?
Doing the dishes.
The dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being away from it all, she realizes how much she took for granted. You know, those dishes represent her family, her home,
Yeah.
a life that she suddenly really longs for.
It's amazing how gratitude can take something that we normally dread,
Yeah.
turn it into something precious.
Like you don't know what you've got till it's gone, right?
Yeah.
But maybe we don't have to wait for things to be gone to appreciate them,
Yeah.
you know? Maybe we can choose to see the good in, like, the everyday things.
Absolutely. And that's the power of gratitude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Finding the extraordinary in the ordinary.
Totally.
The blessings and the burdens.
The joy in the journey.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from age spots to dirty dishes. Each of these stories, they've shown us a different way that gratitude can show up in our lives and, you know, how it can really change things for the better.
It's amazing how something so simple as gratitude can have such a big impact on our lives.
It really is.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. We've got even more stories about the power of gratitude.
Oh, great.
So stick around. We'll be right back with you after a quick break.
Welcome back. I'm excited to jump into some more of these stories. They're just so powerful.
Me too. It's like each one shows us how gratitude can show up in, like, these totally different ways.
Right.
And how it can really, like, change things for the better.
Yeah, each story, it's like a unique perspective on gratitude, you know?
Totally.
And together they kind of like paint this big picture of its power.
Let's jump into a story about finding purpose, like even when you're going through something really tough. This one is about a man named Daniel.
Okay.
He's battling a really severe illness,
Oh, no.
AIDS.
Wow.
Daniel's story, it really shows how gratitude can give you a sense of purpose, even when things are really dark.
Yeah.
He's going through so much. He has this, like, rare form of pneumonia, a bunch of other complications. He's bedridden for months.
Oh, God.
It's a real fight for survival.
Yeah.
But, like, in the midst of all that suffering, he makes this vow to himself. He's like, if I survive this, I'm going to dedicate my life to helping other people.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be his purpose.
That's amazing.
And amazingly, he starts to recover.
Oh, wow.
And true to his word, he starts volunteering for this nonprofit that supports people living with HIV and AIDS.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. And that experience, it's like transformative for him. You know, he gains this deeper understanding of the disease, not just the physical effects, but like the social stigma, the emotional toll it takes on people.
Yeah.
It's like by choosing to focus on helping others, he finds a way to, like, heal himself.
Right.
He comes to terms with his own diagnosis. He sees it as an opportunity to make a difference.
That's powerful.
It is. He becomes this tireless advocate,
Yeah.
you know, a source of support for other people who are going through the same thing. He sheds the shame and embraces this opportunity to make a positive impact.
That's so inspiring.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's like his story reminds us that gratitude can be this catalyst for growth, you know?
Yeah.
Even when you're facing incredible suffering, it can give you a sense of purpose.
Totally.
And it can inspire you to use your experiences to help other people.
And, it kind of makes you think about the challenges that we face in our own lives, right?
Yeah.
What if we looked at them as opportunities for growth, too?
It's a good point.
Like not just, getting through something hard, but using that experience to actually help someone else.
Yeah, it's like a total reframing.
It is.
Instead of asking, why me? It's like, what can I learn from this?
Right.
How can I use this to make a difference?
Yeah, it's about finding that silver lining, that sense of purpose.
Okay, before we wrap up, there's one last story.
Okay.
It doesn't have like a specific name attached to it, but it's all about like the power of perspective and really cherishing what you have.
Okay, I like that.
It starts by saying, everybody faces challenges.
Yeah.
We all have those moments of doubt, despair, those times when we feel like inadequate.
Right.
Or envious.
Right.
It's just part of being human.
It is. It's normal.
But the difference, it's like our ability to like shift our perspective, to choose to focus on the good, even when things are tough.
Yeah.
To appreciate the blessings that like we usually don't even notice.
Right. The things we take for granted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's about like drawing inspiration from people like Connie, Alicia, Helen, Daniel.
Yeah.
They all went through challenges, but they also found a way to like embrace gratitude.
Yeah.
And let it change their lives.
It's like a call to action,
Yeah.
Like an invitation to start making gratitude like a habit.
Totally. So like, what are some practical ways we can do that?
Well, one thing that's really simple but really powerful is keeping a gratitude journal.
Good.
Like Helen did, You just start by listing 5 things you're grateful for each day. It could be anything. It's a sunny morning, a kind word from a stranger,
Yeah.
A good cup of coffee.
I love that. It's like it forces you to slow down.
Yeah.
And really like pay attention to the good things, big or small.
Another way is to express your gratitude to other people.
Okay.
Whether it's like writing a thank you note, calling a loved one, or just telling someone, hey, I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
When we express our gratitude, it strengthens our relationships.
Totally.
It brings more joy into our lives.
And it's about actively looking for ways to like be a source of gratitude for other people.
Yeah, like Helen did.
Yeah. We can volunteer our time. We can help someone out or just like spread kindness wherever we go.
When we embrace gratitude, we're not just like improving our own well-being. We're actually inspiring the people around us too. It's like this ripple effect,
It's a good point. This story, it really captures like the main message of the power of gratitude.
Yeah.
Right? It's a message that resonates with everybody.
Yeah. No matter who you are, where you come from.
It's like this universal truth that can really like change our lives.
It can change the world.
And it's a reminder that even when things are hard, there's always something to be grateful for.
Exactly. And when we choose to focus on that gratitude, it unlocks all this joy, this resilience, this purpose.
The power of gratitude. It's shown us how cultivating gratitude can like transform our lives.
And the world around us.
It's such a simple practice.
But so profound.
It can bring more joy, meaning, connection into our lives.
And as we wrap up this deep dive into the power of gratitude, we hope you've gotten something out of these stories.
We hope you've been as inspired as we have.
Yeah.
But before we go, we want to leave you with one final thought. So, what are you grateful for today?
Yeah, that's the question.
And how can that gratitude, like, help you live a better life, a more meaningful life?
Because it's not just about feeling grateful, right? We've seen in these stories that it's about letting that gratitude change you.
Yeah.
Like how you think, how you act.
Yeah, it's like we've been given all these tools.
Yeah.
All these ways to practice gratitude. We can journal. We can tell people how much we appreciate them. We can try to help others out.
And it's amazing how, like, even doing those things in small ways.
Yeah.
It can really change your whole outlook. You start to see the good, even when things are tough. You start to appreciate what you have.
Yeah, instead of always focusing on, like, what you're missing. It's been so great exploring the power of gratitude today. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired.
Me too. It's a good reminder that we have a choice,
We do.
We can choose to focus on the negative.
Yeah.
Or we can choose to, like, cultivate that sense of gratitude.
And choosing gratitude, like we've seen, it can lead to some amazing things.
Yeah.
More joy, resilience, purpose.
It can help you heal, Find meaning even when you're struggling. Make a difference.
So as you go about your day today, just, take a minute to notice the good stuff.
Yeah, those little moments.
Yeah. Express your thanks to somebody.
Absolutely.
And just remember, gratitude is a practice.
It is.
The more you do it,
the stronger it gets.
And that's a wrap on another deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time.